Wanna stop? I'm thinking to just film a little short vlog before my lunch day. Today's 2 days before the lunch, and not filming Instagram videos this weekend because all these past weekends I've been filming like 6 to 7, 5 to 7, um, kind of like vlogs almost to my. Decided to order more things for my packaging supplies. And I ordered at Staples packing peanuts. So I'm gonna show you this box. It's we'll see how long it lasts me, but decided that I need the packing peanuts for safety because it's really really tricky and tough with the dessert candles and stuff like that, because there should be not a single empty spot, and my cat is trying to get in there. It's because cats always want to get in my boxes, obviously. Bonito, you know you're bad. Besides the crinkle paper and the comp wrapping paper and tissue paper, all that stuff, it's not enough. Honestly, all this packaging, shipping, all this stuff, it like packaging is exciting me, but at the same time, it scares me so much because of the cost, and it's hard to calculate the cost, and especially if you're very small, like all this stuff obviously cost more if you buy not in bulk but like less, right? So when you're trying it out, you can't buy thousands or even hundreds, maybe 100 but not hundreds. So anyways, you can tell I have a mess here. I'm testing my new mold, the Fruit Loop mold, and I shared before that this is like the most expensive mold I've gotten, but in the same time, the Fruit Loops, they dry out pretty fast. We're gonna unmold it today, and I already prepped a bit. It's just a little bit. I'm going to start with different colors, and I will not have Fruit Loop candle for my lunch day because it's in 2 days, right? Also, not have some of the candles that I wanted to have because they're not perfect. I mean, maybe even the things that I will have for my lunch, I think they're good and they're perfect, but they're not. I mean, it's so much testing and so much work. And I also want to have wax melts with the Fruit Loops. He knows he's bad, but we have two cats, and one cat is a boy cat, and he has no chill. Way different personalities, like in they have different obsessions, and it's so funny to watch it. And throughout their life already, even they're young, they already start getting different obsessions, and it's so silly. Some strawberry candles in the pink color. I will have them in like kind of like orangey color, pink and red. I don't know how many I have them as a pack of 4. I think it's a good set, 4 candles, and they're more like a birthday cake candle, unless it's something else, not a birthday. So it's very tricky for dessert candles or pillar candles, all that stuff. It's very tricky to, especially if it's not a container candle. Even if you do everything right, the right wick, the right fragrance amount, pouring temperatures, and all those things, it's very tricky to have like shaped candles and have a good hot throw. They can smell nicely in the cold throw, but it's very tricky for the burning scent throw, right? Very challenging and annoying, honestly speaking. And but the main purpose of desserty and pillar candles are not the scent, because if you really want the good scent, you can get wax melts, because they usually also have a higher percentage of the fragrance, or the container candles, right? So speaking of that, I was thinking that it would be so fun to make like a digital kind of like digital classes for different niche topics, like how to make deserty candles or how to make like different general tips and tricks and maybe helpful links and all the stuff that I found myself, because it's a lot of work. And of course, buying a course or class, it doesn't fix everything. You can't just like buy one course or class and like you're done, obviously, because you also need your own practice. And it just takes experience. Like you may use different jars, you may use still different wax or different dye, or it's very tricky. It's little chemistry. And even you might think like, oh, I found a perfect jar, a perfect wick. This wick works so well, and then you try that wick with a different combination of fragrance and use a dye, and the stuff doesn't work the same as it worked the first time. Also, I wanted to speak about my expectations for the launch, because I already have some nice, sweet people for like messaging me nice things that they want to purchase something, but it makes me very nervous because I feel like I'm not gonna, like people have expectations and I'm not gonna meet their expectations. I don't know, I'm overthinking it, but also I don't expect, sometimes it takes time for people to pick something, and then they might not order the same day because they might want something, but then they will order something for their specific special occasion that they have, or paycheck, or like I feel like it's hard to have expectations for the launch day, especially if you're not like a famous person. Like there's way more like popular people that you're like people are waiting for the launch. I mean, my partner would order something, I guess, but I don't even have many friends here, like literally few in Canada, right? Um so I need to figure out many things. And I tried already one shipment, and it did go not so bad, but it did not go perfect. That's why I also ordered the peanut packing peanuts, because I need to work on it and it's stressing me out, the whole shipment stuff. And obviously, I want the best customer experience. Like, I care about it so much and obviously want everything to deliver safely. But again, the deserty candles are very tricky. So if anything damages, you always need to be prepared to replace or refund. And all that stuff is painful for a customer in the first place, because especially if people get in something for a specific occasion. Anyways, let's work on something. Hey guys, I just put my baby to sleep and left him in bed. His sleep is getting better a bit, but in the same time, I never know how much time I have. Um, but the sleep in the first stretch of the night is way better than before. Yesterday night, for example, I got lucky. I got a bit of time. I did some stuff in the kitchen, and then I came to the office and I prepped a bunch of Fruit Loops. It's already a lot, especially with one mold. I like the mold, and the Fruit Loops and the fragrance that I have for the Fruit Loops is really great. But I think I talked about it yesterday that I'm not gonna release all the things that I wanted. Um, some things that maybe like how they look. I don't like how they perform fully. I already, did a bunch of work and many things I like. still, it's like nonstop learning process, and you realize that sometimes with some candles, um, container, or especially pillar candles and stuff like that, that it's not so easy. It's like chemistry and physics do their own thing, and sometimes you can do everything right, but it doesn't work the way you expect because of the some combinations and of the color dyes and some shapes that you use. You kind of like overload the candle, and then the fragrance doesn't release as you wish. And that, I never knew that, but that's the point, that many candles are decorative candles more than the fragrance, pure fragrance, right? Like strong hot throw and stuff. But that's just like you learn on the way. And I mean, it's not like so sad, like the decorative candles are doing their their decorative purpose. I don't know i don't know if this all makes sense. Tomorrow is my lunch day. I don't know how to explain. I had tough night. I have had kind of tough day, so I'm sorry for the way I look, but I um I'm kind of like, I have mixed feelings. You know what's interesting though? Sorry, I'm gonna jump from one thing to another. I started uploading listings on Etsy, like publishing them. Right away, right away, there's some scammers emailing me. All this type of emails that, like, they're scammy, they're weird, they're all this like weird links. Even someone sent right away, just published some listings, just did it, and there was already some scammers sending me an email with some links, kind of like, ooh, one person purchased your stuff, and I'm like, yeah, sure, like, yeah, I believe you. But it kind of looked valid at first, but then I'm like, hey, Diana, use your brain a bit. And it's kind of like, it's very tricky, because if they put any links, you should be very careful and kind of like take your time and read through what they're sending to you, because it's very tricky. And yeah, so I had some people emailing me um some weird stuff like, can I buy your Kindle? And anyways, it's a scam. When you know. And I was like, how possibly, like, imagine people just have this as a full-time job, like you just do something. Or like when you apply for jobs and you update your LinkedIn, and then you're full of scam. It's just crazy. I don't think I'm going to show you much really anymore. I'm going to prep some Fruit Loops as much as I have time, like I did this at night. And then I was pouring some candles yesterday that I'm going to test with a different wick and stuff. We'll see how much time I have. There's always, like, for all the things that I've planned, I would need so much more time, but it's just never going to be perfect, right? And I'm thinking to, I don't know, tomorrow is Sunday. Um I'm not, I don't know, my headspace is weird, and I don't expect any sales at all in the first day, at least the first day, maybe like one a week. Um, you know, let it take its time. I also heard that it's not a very good idea to share your Etsy link on the like out there, kind of like on Instagram and other platforms, because people check your page but they don't buy. So it's just like, which I thought is a good traffic, that they just like kind of like, you know, appear on the shop. But I guess it does the opposite, right? Like many people come, but they not interested to buy. So the Etsy thinks like, oh my god, her product is so bad that everyone is coming, so many people coming, but no one is buying. So I guess that kind of like decreases the success of the shop. I don't know, but I'm not like, I'm obviously gonna share the link, and um yeah, don't have really expectations, and it kind of like when it gets so close, I'm like, I don't know what it is in my head, but I'm like thinking like, oh no, everything you're doing is so bad. Not a single person will like anything you do. Not a single person will purchase, or if they will purchase, they will hate it. I don't even know like why this is in my head, and I literally just like I don't wanna. I don't wanna. It's so weird. This is just that's why you just need to do. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. You know. Anyways, I think I will say bye to you. I'll try to edit quickly this vlog of these 2 days, and then I will film tomorrow and some other days to share what was happening, if there was anything happening, and what I was doing. I really enjoy though to film something on YouTube, even though I only have my phone and I don't have camera. But it is kind of fun. So I'll say bye here and see you next video. See what happened. Thanks so much. Bye bye.